Entry A108. Project NM71. Date, February 28, 2427. Commander, Penn Draugon. Fleet, Aritite 6. Expedition Log A108.
Ursula was able to interpret most of the paperwork found on the table in the first farmhouse. It was an offer from the top alliance figures for their land. It would explain why they had left if the offer had been accepted, though what appeared to be a check was still attached to the document. Why sell your home, your land, your farm, and leave? But not take the funds? Either they never left, or they left in such an insane rush that money was a last thought. Ursula is still trying to translate the letters we found in the back bedroom. The child's handwriting is proving more difficult to read than we anticipated. Paolo, our lead scientist, took samples of the orange substance left on one of the letters in attempt to identify. We should see the results from that within the next 24 hours. The more I reflect on the patterns, prints, and spray of the orange substance, the more I'm concerned with the results of those tests. Ursula was able to loosely translate the message on the navigation as well. The gist of it was stay in your home, aid will arrive. This message was sent by the NM71 Alliance. It was a warning. There's no question now, something terrible happened. It makes me incredibly leery to travel 4 hours from our shuttle to this city if we don't even know what is going on. We received a new message from Earth. Tramidor 4 still has not provided its routine status check. The systems are still showing as good, however they have not pinged Earth with a status update for 4 days now. This is concerning, though they could be traveling through a field of interference. The subspace quantum communication link is not always reliable. Moke, Ramesh, Jane, and I all explored the fields around the landing pad. Ramesh was happy to be back in nature. He sampled all of the surrounding greenery and some of the dead plant matter. Jane looked for insects or animals. She did find something similar to worms, and some green hopping creature I want to relate to a grasshopper. We could all agree it felt like something or someone was watching us. Moke noticed it first. There was a light reflection coming off the ridge. It would flicker, then remain still. Just a small little beam of light reflecting. Within seconds of the rest of us looking up to where Moke was pointing, it had vanished. We were being watched. Part of me wondered if it was the same thing that ran out of the field the other day. My anxiety hit me like a knife to my side. I wondered what we were even doing here. We have a year and a half to create these communities and I'm too afraid to even step off the shuttle most days. I ushered the others back to the shuttle with their samples, and briefed Inessa, our head of security, with what we had just experienced. Inessa, though slender and beautiful, could pop off your head with just one glance. She was tough, graceful, and brilliant as they come. Men who attempted to sexualize her never had a happy ending. I'm sure there are more unmarked graves in the forest near her house on Earth than there were for World War III back in 2023. Inessa decided to do her own recon while Moke and I stayed with the rest of the crew. One part of the condition of being accepted by NM71, and the Na-Urshan people is that we weren't to bring any weapons. This is more concerning for me now, than when we began this expedition. Inessa didn't exactly follow all of the rules, but she was the head of our security. I am aware of the few tricks she had up her sleeve for defense. Now I'm glad we have it. We had anticipated not needing to defend ourselves. I asked Paolo, Liam, and Moke to join me in reviewing the resources to see if there was any method to develop any sort of defense that will protect us if there was any need to. There was no question that we were in a very different predicament than originally anticipated. It is getting late now, and the sun has set on NM71. Inessa hasn't returned, and we've seen no indication of her outside of the shuttle. I trust that she will be safe, and protect herself. I wouldn't choose to be in the dark, alone, on this new and strange planet. I didn't want to radio her, in the event that she required silence and cover. I suppose the only thing I can do is sit here and wait for her arrival. If she doesn't return tonight, we'll go out and find her in the morning.
Follow our journey on the following platforms: Tumblr, Medium, and Patreon. Check out the website for exclusive content, illustrations of Planet NM71, and the private journals of some of the crew. www.projectnm71.com